Roommate Oliver is having a birthday today. When everyone was horsing around, they smeared cake on my face. Leo saw me looking like a little tabby cat and shielded me behind him. Stop fooling around. Don't waste food. Leo is the dormitory monitor. He looks fierce when he doesn't smile, and no one dares to disobey him. Oliver and Michael obediently sat down to eat the cake. Leo took a wet wipe to clean my face. Some of the cream got stuck in my hair and was hard to clean off. The white cream rubbed onto Leo's fingers and he clicked his tongue. His well-defined fingers were dangling in front of my eyes. The oral fixation that had been suppressed for several days could no longer be contained at this moment. I lowered my head and licked the cream off the tip of his finger. Beneath the sweet and cloying milk fragrance were his warm fingers. The touch was delicate and soft, and I couldn't help but give it a light bite. Leo froze. The room seemed to fall silent. The next second I was pushed away by Leo. Oliver laughed and egged us on. There's definitely some chemistry between you two. Get lost. There was nothing but disgust in Leo's eyes. Stop making such jokes. I hate gay men the most. It's disgusting. They both froze and quickly changed the subject. My throat felt dry and I couldn't eat the cake anymore. Because I'm really gay. Oral fixation is a habit left over from childhood. Coupled with strict parental discipline, when I'm nervous or anxious, I tend to bite things even more. Initially, biting myself sufficed, but gradually I wasn't satisfied and wanted to bite something softer or something I liked. I like Leo, but I can't bite him. I can only find ways to distract myself. Samuel is a friend I met in the e-sports club. When I need to distract myself, I ask him to play games with me. At night, I played PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds with Samuel over voice chat. He told me to pay attention to the footsteps around. Before I could react, I was severely injured by someone. Samuel quickly aimed with a sniper rifle at the opponent and then came to rescue me. Thank you, big brother. You're my hero. Who are you calling big brother? A voice suddenly floated over. I turned around and Leo had returned to the dormitory at some unknown time. He had just finished playing basketball and the sweat on his forehead was trickling down his cheeks. The sunlight fell on his shoulders, accentuating the delicate curve of his profile, making my heart flutter. I quickly averted my gaze. Friend, he's really good at playing games. Really? Leo took a look and said he wanted to join too. Then the three of us played together. Samuel often protected me and let me loot supplies and act as their medic. When running from the poison circle, I was sitting in Samuel's car. Leo frowned and said, I specifically parked the car next to you, but you didn't come with me? I'm easy to get. Samuel can protect me. You trust him, but not me? Leo's tone was a bit displeased. After winning 4 rounds of PUBG, Leo kept silent. Samuel always got the most. Isn't my big brother incredibly awesome? I asked him with a smile. Yeah, he's great. Leo put down his phone indifferently and said, I'm going to take a shower. You guys play. Then he quit the game. When my consciousness returned to reality, I uncontrollably started to feel anxious. The CT6 exam was coming soon. I was very worried that I would be scolded by my parents if I didn't do well. My fingers were shaking. When I was hanging the clothes, they fell twice. Leo popped up behind me and said impatiently, get out of the way. Let me do it. He helped me hang the clothes up and glanced at me. What's wrong with your hand? Is it cramped? No, it's the oral stage. I'll shake if it's not relieved. Did you bite me last time because of this illness? Well, I'll feel much better if I bite you. What kind of strange illness is this? He looked incredibly surprised. I knew that if I told others about this, they would definitely think I was perverted. I turned around and wanted to drink a glass of water to calm down. Leo grabbed me and reached out his hand as if pitying me. Here, bite it. You have to give a PPT presentation on stage tomorrow. Don't mess it up. I looked at him in surprise. His rosy fingertips were so close that it was really too tempting. Thank you, Leo. I lowered my head and bit his finger. The touch of the skin relieved the pressure in my heart. I was so absorbed in biting. Coming to my senses, I noticed that Leo's ears were red. He shifted his gaze uncomfortably. Just bite. Why are you sucking? I'm afraid of hurting you. I have tough skin and am not afraid of pain. Leo pulled back his hand with glistening fingertips. That's enough. Are you feeling better? Almost. To recover quickly, I need to bite somewhere else. Such as? My gaze fell on his neck. His Adam's apple protruded in a beautiful arc on his fair neck. Leo quickly stopped me in a cold voice. Don't even think about it. I lowered my eyes. I wouldn't even dare to think about it. I'm afraid he'll hate me. After the CT6 exam, I felt extremely relaxed. My roommates made an appointment to go camping by the river together. I invited Samuel. Samuel brought his game console and said he had bought the latest game and could start a new game with me. My attention was drawn to him and I talked and laughed with him. Everyone gathered around to roast meat. Since I used to work part-time in a barbecue restaurant, I'm very good at this. The chicken wings are done. If you don't eat them now, they'll burn. I picked them up. Leo beside me instinctively picked up his bowl. My chopsticks passed by him and I gave the chicken wings to Samuel. It smells so good, Daniel. If you open a shop in the future, I'll definitely come and support you. Samuel was very complimentary and kept praising how delicious it was. Leo's chopsticks paused for a moment and finally he picked up a piece of okra and bit into it with a crunch. I gently reminded him, the okra isn't cooked yet. Oliver said with a mischievous smile, it's okay. Our dormitory leader just likes to eat it raw. It's even better for tonifying the kidneys. Get out. Leo gave him a dirty look. At night, we huddled together by the fire looking at the stars. Samuel chatted about what constellations the stars in the sky were and he could rattle them off easily. How amazing. You even know about these? Well, my dad is an astronomer. I've seen a lot of this since I was a kid, so I naturally learned it. Well, then your family must have a telescope, right? Yes. You can come to my place during the winter vacation. I'll take you to observe the moon. My curiosity was piqued and I nodded repeatedly. Leo finished the last sip of his tea, stood up and said he was sleepy. There were 3 tents prepared and it was more than enough for the 5 of us to stay in. Samuel said, Daniel, my tent has a star-lit ceiling. You can sleep with me tonight and lie down to watch the stars. Just as I was about to agree, someone grabbed my collar. Leo pulled me up and said, no, he's only used to sleeping with his roommates. What? When did I have such a habit? I was dragged into Leo's tent. The already narrow space seemed even more cramped. Leo, aren't you someone who likes quietness? I'd better not disturb you. Actually, I was afraid that I couldn't help touching him at night. If my sexual orientation was exposed, it would be terrible. You won't disturb me. Leo took off his coat and suddenly asked me, you don't have those attacks recently? Occasionally, but I can endure them. It must be so uncomfortable to endure. It's okay. I'm used to it. Instead, being alone with Leo in a small space made me nervous. Leo wouldn't let me leave. He laid out the sleeping bag and said, lie down. It's getting late. I looked at his handsome and solemn face. Although he was good looking, the aura around him made me not dare to breathe loudly. No, I'd better go and have a look at Samuel's star-lit ceiling. Just as I stood up, he grabbed me, his tone a bit harsh. You're not allowed to go. The overwhelming sense of oppression made my hands start to shake uncontrollably. Leo noticed something was wrong with me and raised his eyebrows. He pressed me onto the sleeping bag and got closer and closer. I was so nervous that my heart was about to jump out. Leo, what are you doing? I'm helping you cure your illness. Didn't you say that biting the neck is the fastest way? He buried his head in the crook of my neck. Bite then. I was a bit incredulous. Such a good thing suddenly fell from the sky. I couldn't miss this opportunity. I directly bit down. The neck felt softer and more elastic than the fingers. I was afraid of leaving marks on his neck, so I only dared to bite gently. Suddenly, Leo's breathing changed. Stop licking. He didn't finish speaking and gritted his back teeth. He leaned on my shoulder as if he had lost all his means and strength, his voice hoarse. If you want to bite, just bite. Don't do strange things. I hesitated for a moment and really opened my mouth to bite. The feeling was better than I imagined. After only 2 bites, the person on top of me stiffened. He grabbed my hair and his breathing became very rapid. Daniel, do you want to bite something else? I looked at him in confusion. There was a deep look in his eyes as if some emotions were churning and being held back. Leo's Adam's apple rolled quickly. I subconsciously touched his Adam's apple. Leo stopped moving completely. I thought it was an acquiescence and slowly nibbled on his Adam's apple. The movements gradually went lower. Just below the collarbone. Suddenly Leo pushed me away. Did I hurt you? I'm sorry. Before I could finish speaking, he rushed out with a gloomy face. I was lying alone in the tent, surrounded by his scent. Recalling the soft touch just now, my ears turned a little red. Leo didn't come back until I was almost asleep. I looked at him sleepily. Where did you go? Why did it take so long? It's nothing. His voice was muffled. Leo got into the sleeping bag. I was worried that he would be cold and wanted to get closer. But he stopped me coldly. Stay away from me. I paused, and most of my drowsiness was gone. Right, he was just being kind to help me. I shouldn't be too pushy. I turned over and fell asleep with my back to him. The next day, I was woken up by the sound of breathing in my ear. I opened my eyes and found myself in Leo's arms. I sat up carefully. It must have been too cold last night, and I unconsciously snuggled up to him. Will he be angry? I tiptoed to put on my clothes and left the tent. Everyone packed up their things and prepared to go back to school. Samuel saw the red mark on Leo's neck, frowned and asked, "What's wrong with your neck?" Leo lifted his chin and said rather proudly, "It was bitten by a mosquito." Samuel muttered, "It's late autumn. Where do mosquitoes come from?" Feeling guilty, I quickly pulled Samuel to fold the tent together to interrupt his train of thought. On the way back, Samuel sneezed several times. Probably it was too cold last night and he caught a cold. "I have some medicine in my dorm. I'll give it to you later." "Okay, see you tomorrow night. Don't forget what you promised me." Samuel winked at me. I smiled. Leo couldn't help frowning. "What's the matter? Are you going to do something?" "It's a secret." Samuel pretended to be mysterious. Actually, Samuel likes a girl in our class and asked me to be his wingman. But Samuel is vain and doesn't want to tell others before things succeed. So I didn't say anything. Samuel and I parted ways downstairs of the dormitory. I went upstairs and Leo kept asking me, "What's the secret between you two that can't be told?" "I'll tell you when I have a chance. Not now." In case Samuel is rejected by that girl and feels embarrassed, he definitely won't be happy for me to tell others. Leo gritted his teeth and kept a straight face. "No need. I'm just asking. I'm not curious at all." After class, I asked the class monitor Jackson to have dinner with me. Samuel booked a restaurant and bought flowers. But in the end, only I arrived at the restaurant. Because Jackson had to prepare for the English competition and she didn't want to waste time. Samuel didn't even have a chance to show himself and had dinner with me dejectedly. I basically ate all during the meal. I burped and he couldn't help chuckling. "Daniel, are you a dog? You ate so much meat." "You didn't eat. I can't let it go to waste, right?" "Then do you want me to order you another plate, little dog Sue?" "You're the dog." Samuel reached out to tease me and deliberately pressed the tip of my nose upwards, making it look like a pig's. I directly bit his finger. Samuel dodged but didn't succeed. "Are you really a dog in the Chinese zodiac? You asked for it by touching me. Then I'll bite you back. Samuel grabbed my hand and pretended to bite. I kicked him with a smile. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a tall figure passing by the window. I looked over and it seemed to be Leo. It was too dark at night, so I wasn't sure. After dinner, Samuel held the bouquet of flowers and sighed. "Forget it, you take them. It's so sad to think that my first date with a girl ended in failure. Keep trying. You should chat with her more online. Do you think I don't want to? She simply has no time to talk to me. Samuel lowered his eyes and told me to keep an eye on Jackson's movements so that he could create opportunities for himself. I took the flowers back to the dormitory. Leo was playing games with Oliver. He glanced at me but said nothing. I don't know what was wrong with Leo. He was off form in the game tonight. Oliver was by someone and couldn't help clicking his tongue. "Leo, can we stop rushing into gunfights? We haven't won a single game and have been sending ourselves to death all night. Daniel, come and save me. By the way, bring your friend along. Isn't he quite good?" I nodded and was about to log into the game when Leo got up to go wash up. "You guys play. I have to go to the library tomorrow morning. Leo walked past me with a gloomy face. Oliver exchanged a look with me and made a bitter face, pouting, "Did I say something wrong?" It seems that Leo is angry. I don't think so. Isn't he always like that, looking as grim as a judge? I was used to it and continued playing games with Oliver. With Samuel joining in, Oliver's bitter face turned into a smiling one. However, after that day, Leo never played games with me again. He also stopped asking me to buy meals for him. The school fruit store was having a discount, so I bought the jackfruit he liked. Leo didn't even look at it and said he had no appetite. Extremely cold. I worriedly guessed whether he had noticed that I was gay and started to distance himself from me. The final exam week is here. Samuel often asks me to go to the library. His real intention is not what appears on the surface. He just wants to get closer to Jackson through me. I get extremely tense before every exam. In severe cases, I even suffer from insomnia. I return to the dormitory very late. Leo just finished taking a shower and came out wearing only a pair of shorts. His abdominal muscles are well defined and look very firm. They must taste good to bite. I subconsciously licked the tip of my teeth and the emptiness in my heart became more and more obvious. Leo noticed my gaze, his face turned cold and he quickly put on his pajamas. I didn't dare to ask him for help anymore. After the lights were turned off, I couldn't fall asleep in bed. Tossing and turning, biting my fingers still couldn't relieve my restlessness. My fingers were trembling and my body was shaking. In the darkness, a figure leaned over. Your bed has been shaking for a long time. Haven't you finished yet? What am I supposed to finish? What do you think? We're all men. Don't think I don't know. There's an exam tomorrow. Stop making a fuss and go to sleep earlier. Leo said in an irritated tone. I stared blankly at him and my ears started to burn belatedly. I'm not doing anything. I just can't fall asleep. Leo leaned closer to me and noticed that my fingers were trembling uncontrollably. He reached out and grabbed my wrist. Having an episode? Leo climbed onto my bed. He rubbed my hand and gently patted my back, telling me to take deep breaths and relax. But my eyes were unfocused. Staring at the fair neck so close to me, I just wanted to lean in and take a bite. I slowly leaned in and Leo stopped me. Want a bite? I nodded. He stroked my canine tooth with his thumb and then put it into my mouth. I took a bite as he did so and he pressed his finger against my tongue. Leo was like teasing a dog. He wouldn't let me move but deliberately put his hand in my mouth to provoke me. Daniel, have you ever bitten other boys? No. Really? There was a hint of coldness in his eyes. What about Samuel? Didn't he help you? No, I don't like his hands. With my tongue being held down, I spoke very vaguely. I don't know which word pleased Leo, but he raised his eyebrows slightly and loosened his fingers. Leo looked at the wetness on his fingertip and pretended to be disgusted. So much saliva. Lick it clean. He held it in front of me. I licked it once and resisted the urge to bite. Before I finished licking, Leo pushed me away awkwardly. You really licked it? I couldn't help it. My illness hasn't subsided yet. Ashamed, I wanted to get out of bed and have a glass of water. Leo grabbed me and brought his neck in front of me. Bite then. Don't leave any marks this time. Okay. Gratefully, I hugged him and took a few gentle bites. I was being very gentle, afraid of hurting him. But the way he squeezed the back of my neck became increasingly forceful as if he was getting a bit annoyed. Leo was breathing unevenly and his Adam's apple bobbed. Are you done yet? Almost. You're so annoying. He murmured in complaint but hugged me even tighter. Thanks to Leo, I had a smooth final exam. During the winter vacation, Leo was going back to his hometown. I said goodbye to him, feeling a bit reluctant. He told me not to endure it if I had an episode and to bite something else. I nodded repeatedly, too shy to say that I only wanted to bite him. Both Samuel and I lived in the city where Lanong University was located, so it was very convenient to visit each other. Before the spring festival, Samuel invited me to his home to watch the stars, saying that Orion could be seen in winter and it was the most prominent constellation. His family was very gentle and elegant and they even invited me to have dinner. Samuel was teaching me how to adjust the astronomical telescope when my phone rang. It was Leo calling. After I answered the call, his muffled voice came from the other end. Daniel, are you busy? No, what's up? I thought he was just calling to wish me a happy new year. But he was silent for a few seconds and didn't say a word. Samuel patted me on the shoulder. It's adjusted. Come and have a look. It's a last quarter moon today. Leo paused. You're at Samuel's place? Yeah, I came to his place to watch the stars. He has a lot of telescopes at home. I said excitedly, and the person on the other end of the phone became even more silent. Leo, did you call for something? No, just wishing you a happy new year in advance. He said in a low voice and hung up the phone. At the moment he hung up, I heard the voice announcing that the bus had arrived at Linjiang Station. Linjiang Station was near my home. After Samuel and I finished watching the moon, I didn't stay for dinner. I said goodbye to him in a hurry and rushed home. I want to see if Leo has really come. At 10 o'clock at night, I took a taxi back home and wandered around the neighborhood. The cold wind was howling and the orange streetlights illuminated the bus stop. A black figure was sitting there and the down jacket on his body rustled in the wind. Leo. I ran over. Only when I got closer did I find that his face was full of wounds and there were also wounds on his hands. He looked at me in surprise and the gloom in his eyes dispersed. Why did you suddenly come back? Why aren't you playing with Samuel? What do you think? You're here. How can I still enjoy myself? Why didn't you tell me when you came to see me? What happened to the wounds on your body? When it came to the wounds, Leo fell silent, seemingly not wanting to mention it. I recalled that during our 1-year stay in the same dormitory in college, I never heard him mention his family. It seems that there is some hidden secret. I took him to a nearby McDonald's to shelter from the wind and bought him a hot drink. Leo ate something and I quietly accompanied him. After he finished the last sip of milk tea, he suddenly spoke. The wounds were beaten by my dad. My dad is a homosexual. It wasn't discovered until more than a decade after he married my mom. When my mom found out that he was seeing men outside, she was so disgusted that she didn't eat for several days. I advised my mom to divorce, but my dad disagreed. After she filed a lawsuit, it was rejected by the court. Later, due to the gossiping of relatives in the family and considering that I was still studying, my mom didn't mention divorce again. When I went back during the spring festival, I found that my dad had brought that man home and they were on the bed where they got married. Leo was both angry and resentful as he spoke, and his fingers were tightly clenched. I beat up that man and threw all his clothes out. My dad was so angry that he hit me with a stool. Then I had a fight with him. My mom was crying terribly. I couldn't stand the disgusting atmosphere at home, so I ran out. I was extremely frightened when I heard this. No wonder Leo hates gay men so much. Leo, don't be sad. You're an adult now. Later, persuade Auntie well and let her get a divorce. Don't sacrifice the rest of her life for such a thing. I know. The weather will be good tomorrow. I'll accompany you to play around here for a few days. If you don't want to go back, you can stay at my place for the spring festival. Daniel. Thank you. His eyes were red. It's nothing. We're brothers. While comforting him, I felt even more sour in my heart. If he knew my sexual orientation, we probably wouldn't even be friends. 9. I took Leo around the city. Leo didn't want to trouble my parents, so he booked a hotel nearby. He was always in a gloomy mood. Afraid that he might feel lonely and want to talk, I accompanied him in the hotel every night. Although we were in the same bed, we kept a distance from each other. Samuel knew he had come and invited us to the ski resort. When we arrived at the ski resort, Samuel was already fully equipped. With a pair of black goggles on, he looked extremely cool. Samuel couldn't wait to take a run on the advanced ski slope. The final move sent up a flurry of white snowflakes, which was extremely beautiful. I took a video of him and clapped my hands excitedly. Samuel, you're so amazing. How do you know how to do everything? I learned it through falls. I broke my coccyx when I was a kid and it hurt for 2 months. Samuel raised his eyebrows at me and said, "Do you want me to teach you?" No, the advanced slope isn't suitable for me. I'm not very good at skiing and only dare to stroll slowly on the beginner slope. Daniel, come here. I'll take you to the other side of the slope. I'm scared. You go by yourself. What are you afraid of with me here? Samuel often said this in the game. I wasn't afraid in the game, but I had to think twice in real life. I looked back at Leo, worried that he might be bored here alone. Leo was wearing goggles and a mask. I couldn't see his expression clearly, only heard his low voice. I'll go with you. Samuel slid on his snowboard and took me to the slope. It was my first time skiing on such a steep slope and I was extremely nervous. Don't be nervous. Just ski in the same posture as you usually do. Come on. Samuel waved at me. Leo walked beside me and comforted me. It's okay. I'll protect you from behind. With his words, my anxious heart calmed down. I got into position and started going down the slope. As it turned out, I overestimated myself. I lost control as soon as I started skiing down. My body always leaned backward. Seeing that I was about to fall, I let out a scream. The person beside me quickly grabbed me and made a side block to prevent me from sliding further down. Still in shock, I hugged the person who came to my rescue. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught sight of Leo's stunned figure not far away. I was stunned for a moment. Looking up, I found that I was hugging Samuel. Samuel helped me up and patted the snow off my body. You didn't stabilize the strength in your legs just now. Do you want to try again? I'll hold you and we'll go together. I subconsciously looked at Leo. As if he didn't hear me, the other person silently skied down on his own. His posture was very cool. Your roommate skis quite well. Come on, let's overtake him. Samuel's competitive spirit was aroused and he took me skiing down together. With his help beside me, I skied smoothly in the second half. When I reached the foot of the mountain, I looked back. It turned out that it wasn't as scary as I thought. Daniel, you were great. You didn't fall just now. I was afraid you'd break a bone and wouldn't be able to go to school then. Samuel's praise was a mixed blessing. Looking around, I wanted to share my progress with Leo and hear his praise. My eyes found the tall figure not far away. Wearing a black ski suit, there were 2 girls standing around him, seemingly asking for his line ID. Such things were also very common at school. Although Leo always had a cold face, he was good looking and often appeared on the confession wall. With so many girls chasing him, he would fall in love sooner or later. I lowered my eyes and withdrew the mood of wanting to share my joy just now. Samuel, let's keep skiing. I want to try again. Sure. He readily took me down the slopes several more times. The subsequent attempts weren't as smooth as the first one. I fell twice, but luckily Samuel caught me each time. Samuel carried me to the rest area out of breath. I saved your life today. What would you have done without me? Got it. Thanks, bro. I'll treat you to dinner tonight. I joked with him. Leo was sitting on a chair drinking water, seemingly having waited here for a long time. Samuel, Leo, are you going to ski later? How about we have a competition? No. Leo seemed uninterested, with his eyebrows always furrowed, looking in a bad mood. I thought he was still worried about his family matters, so I suggested going out for dinner and going back to rest early. On the way back to the hotel at 10 p.m., Leo was very silent. When he didn't speak, the atmosphere in the room was very cold. I was tired after a whole day. I wanted to go to bed early after turning off the light. But lying in bed, my mind was in a mess. I always couldn't help thinking, what would happen if Leo knew I liked him? Wouldn't he beat me up too? Just as I was daydreaming, the person beside me was still looking at his phone. In the darkness, the light from the phone illuminated his profile, and his gaze was very focused. I pretended to be joking. What, are you chatting with the girls at the ski resort? No, I didn't add them. Leo turned off his phone. The room fell into silence again. I closed my eyes and prepared to sleep. Leo suddenly asked a question. Did you have a good time today? Yes. I didn't expect Samuel to be so good at skiing. After I said that, the atmosphere became even colder. I quickly tried to make up for it. Of course, you're also very good. He gave a soft snort, with a hint of hidden annoyance. Daniel, you haven't had any relapses lately? No. As long as the environment makes me relaxed, my oral fixation period will be delayed. Leo put his arms around my shoulders from behind. Why are you turning your back to me? It's cold at night. Let's sleep closer. He turned me around to face him. Immediately afterwards, his leg pressed against mine. I instantly tensed up all over. Being so close made me can't help but feel nervous. Even if I didn't have a relapse, he was going to drive me crazy. I've turned on the air conditioner, Leo. It's too hot like this. I pushed him, but he grabbed my hand and got even closer to me. You were also very close to Samuel. Why can't you be like this with me? I've never slept with him. Really? Am I the first? Leo's breath fell on my ear, with a little bit of glee. Surrounded by his aura all over, I felt my throat go dry. His warm neck was right in front of me. I really wanted to take a bite. Leo tempted me without realizing it and rubbed against my shoulder. Although we were both dressed, the heat from our bodies penetrated through the clothes, as if it was about to set me on fire. Having the person I like hold me while sleeping was a scenario I only dared to imagine in my heart before. A rush of blood went straight to my head. Something started to get out of control. I gritted my teeth and pushed him away forcefully. I'm not feeling well. I'll go to the restroom. Without even putting on my slippers, I rushed towards the toilet in a hurry. I was afraid that he would notice something was wrong with me. Just as I was about to close the bathroom door, a hand stopped it. Are you having an attack? No. I turned my back to him and my heart was pounding. Leo stared at my trembling shoulders, still denying it. He turned me around to face him. Leo kindly hugged me and offered himself for me to bite. But now it wasn't something that a single bite could solve. I pretended to bite twice and then pushed him away. Okay, go back and rest. Leo ignored me and suddenly pinned me against the sink. His long legs squeezed between mine, trapping me. In the close embrace, every sensation was clear. He paused for a moment. Oh no. I froze all over and my cheeks burned with embarrassment. Leo looked down and gave a soft smile. Daniel, I didn't expect you to be so sensitive. Let me go. Stop being stubborn when you're having an attack. I'll help you. He looked up and touched the corner of my mouth. You didn't bite properly just now. I'll teach you how to bite. As soon as he finished speaking, his warm lips landed on my earlobe. I was ticklish and wanted to dodge, but he firmly held the back of my head. Leo bit me neither too hard nor too lightly and slowly moved down. So this was what he meant by help. When I lay back on the bed again, I was still flushed and couldn't calm down. Leo came out after washing his hands and got into the quilt, getting closer to me. How about it? You're not shaking anymore, right? So he just thought I was having an episode. I let out a sigh of relief. Just as I was about to go to sleep, Leo hugged me tightly. This close, fitting posture made my heart beat very fast. I silently moved a little to the side. He got close to me again. I couldn't fall asleep and couldn't help but test him. Leo, you helped me just now. Should I help you next time? No, I think it's a bit strange if it's mutual. His tone was a bit disgusted. The enthusiasm in my mind just now was instantly extinguished. Yeah, he just pitted me and helped me out of convenience. We're not even a couple. Why should I make an unnecessary move? I never mentioned such things again. After that night on the 11th, I still got along with Leo like roommates as usual. On the New Year's Eve, Leo was the first one to say Happy New Year to me, because I accompanied him to watch the fireworks on the rooftop. Looking at his happy back, I thought, this is enough. It's already very good that the person I like can be by my side. Keeping an appropriate distance is good for both of us. School started and I didn't pester Leo anymore. Even when the symptoms flare up, I can just bite my own hand and endure it. Without physical contact, Leo and I reverted to our previous roommate relationship. After Jackson finished the competition, Samuel started to take the initiative. The two of them are developing well. At the end of the month, Samuel confessed his love to Jackson. On the day of the confession, he prepared balloons and flowers on the playground, which attracted many students to stop and watch. I helped him set up the venue. Watching his successful confession, everyone laughed and cheered. I was among them, cheering and clapping for him. After it was over, I went back to the dormitory to rest. Oliver saw the information on the confession wall and excitedly said to me, "Oh my God, is Samuel in a relationship? It's so fast." If it were any slower, he'd be crying with impatience. I bet someone in our dorm is also going to be in a relationship soon. Who? I looked up curiously and saw Oliver pointing to Leo's place. My heart skipped a beat, as if being pricked by a needle. I forced a smile. With whom? Not sure. It seems to be a girl from the club. Haven't you noticed he's been coming back late lately? He's been rehearsing the party program with that girl. I heard she's had a crush on him for a long time. I see. That's nice. I hope he finds a girlfriend soon. Although I said the words of blessing, my heart was more sour than a lemon. Although I knew Leo would end up with a girl in the end, it still made me feel heart-blocked when I really heard about it. Before, I would try to secretly get close to him and fantasize about winning Leo over. But now I have no chance at all. I'm not even of the gender he likes. In English class, Leo sat next to me. He probably heard that Samuel was in a relationship and quietly asked me, "Is Samuel with Jackson? Is this the secret you mentioned before?" Yes. Leo seemed to heave a sigh of relief. After class, he pulled me over cheerfully and offered to take me to the canteen for spicy hot pot. No, I'm not very hungry. I have something to do, so I'll leave first. Are you going to the library? Then help me save a seat. I'll go there too. Ask Oliver to save a seat for you. I've made an appointment with a friend to watch a movie. Leo frowned with a hint of coldness in his eyes. What movie are you watching? Why didn't you invite me? My friend invited me. I packed my books and walked out. He grabbed the strap of my school bag and pushed me back into my seat. Leo stared down at me. Daniel, you've been keeping your distance from me lately. What did I do wrong? No. Isn't it always like this between us? Can I always pester you? Leo frowned and said, Then why didn't you come to me when you had another episode recently? It's not good to always trouble you. I can handle it myself. I replied indifferently. Leo didn't like the sound of that. He gritted his teeth. Are you in a bad mood? There's an event at the anime club this weekend. Come and have fun. It'll be lively. Just as I was about to decline, I remembered what Oliver had said. The girl who has a crush on Leo is also in the club. I thought about it and agreed. I just wanted to see what that girl looked like. If they really match well and Leo is interested in her, I'll bless them. 13 on the weekend, there was a charity sale event at the anime club. Students who participated could get anime merchandise and draw blind boxes. To attract the attention of the students, the club also organized several games. When I arrived, everyone was randomly grouping up. The club president assigned Leo to a group with a long-haired girl. That girl was chatting with Leo with a smile. Leo was so tall that he bent down and lowered his head slightly to listen to her attentively, chiming in from time to time. The girl is called Lily. She is the host of this year's school anniversary party and is Leo's partner. It's easier for a girl to pursue a boy. For such an excellent girl like her, it's simply a piece of cake to pursue Leo. When playing games, Leo only wants to win. He seemed to think Lily was too slow and directly carried Lily in a princess carry and transported the balloons to the basket on the opposite side. Lily blushed and put her arms around his shoulders. There was a scream from the students watching around. Many students were attracted to draw blind boxes. I helped introduce the event on the side. After the competition, Leo won the first place. He came down to drink water and touched my shoulder. How did I perform just now? Pretty good. Leo smiled. Lily came over to complain about him, saying that he ran too fast and almost dirted her skirt. He clicked his tongue. Okay, I'll make amends to you. What kind of blind box do you want? I'll give it to you. Really? Then can I choose whatever I want? Lily raised her eyebrows and smiled brightly. The club president turned around and joked with them. Oh, why do you give to Lily but not to us? You're being partial. The members of the surrounding clubs started to make a ruckus. Everyone seems to be Lily's wing, woman. Leo raised his hands in surrender. Okay, I'll give to everyone. Stop joking. Then he turned back and asked me what kind of blind box I wanted and said he could manipulate it for me. I shook my head. No, thanks. I'm just here for a stroll. After the event, their club was going to have a dinner gathering. Lily changed out of her cosplay costume and looked like a gentle and ladylike girl. She stood with Leo discussing the rehearsal process for tomorrow. They looked really well matched. The club president gave me a lot of anime merchandise. I could hardly hold them all in my hands. Thank you, President. I'll go back to the dorm first. You guys go have dinner. Aren't you coming with us? No. I've seen what I needed to see. I don't have to miss it anymore from now on. I turned around and left the event square. I hadn't taken 2 steps when the footsteps behind me rushed after me. Daniel, why are you walking so fast? You've been busy all day today. Won't you come with us? Leo reached out to take the full load of dolls and merchandise from me. He pulled me to go have dinner with them. I struggled to shake off his hand. I'm not going. My voice was very cold, which made Leo stunned for a moment. What's wrong? You used to like these anime characters so much. Why aren't you happy at all today? Don't worry about me. I'm just not feeling well. I'll go back to the dorm first. Leo grabbed me worriedly. Where do you feel bad? I'll take you to the school infirmary. His nervous expression and the action of staying for me were like needles pricking my heart. There's clearly no possibility. Why do you always give me hope? A surge of blood rushed to my head. I gritted my teeth and decided to come clean with him. I feel bad all over. Don't you want to know why? Because I like you. I'm just the kind of disgusting homosexual you talked about. I feel sick when I see you getting close to other girls. Leo stood there stunned and the dolls in his hand dropped. I didn't dare to look into his eyes and hung my head dejectedly. I didn't want to say it at first for fear of not even being able to be friends with you. Of course, I won't pester you. If you find it disgusting, I'll move out. For a long time, Leo didn't say a word. He was probably scared silly, afraid of hearing his words of disgust and shock. I turned around and ran away directly. I returned to the dorm. After calming down, I began to regret it again. Why couldn't I hold it back just now? Well, now we can't even be roommates. Until late at night, Leo didn't return to the dormitory. I wonder if he went out for a dinner with Lily, or maybe he just doesn't want to come back and see me, a gay guy. I lay in bed unable to fall asleep, and my chest felt extremely bitter. I touched the corner of my eye, and my fingers started to tremble again. I bit my finger. I bit very hard, leaving tooth marks on it. But the panic and anxiety in my heart still couldn't stop. Tears fell uncontrollably. I fell asleep in a daze, and my dreams were all about Leo. 14 Leo showed up in the physical education class the next day. The teacher said that we were going to take a pull-up test today. I'm most afraid of this event because I don't have enough arm strength. I bit my finger irritably and asked the monitor to put me at the end. Leo looked at me from afar. He looked a bit haggard with bloodshot eyes all around. I glanced at him, Not wanting him to see my embarrassing state of acting out my oral fixation, I quickly turned around and walked towards the equipment room. There is no one in the equipment room. I took a deep breath and bit my finger, trying hard to calm my anxiety. The door behind me was pushed open. Leo saw my trembling shoulders and came over to help me. Are you having an episode? Bite me. No need. Don't you think gay people are disgusting? Stay away from me. I turned my face away and didn't look at him, then lowered my head and bit my own finger. The tooth marks from yesterday were still there, and now they were covered again today. They were a scary deep red, as if I was about to bite out blood. Leo moved my hand away and suddenly hugged me. It's not disgusting. I don't think you're disgusting. Such an act seemed like sympathy. I pushed him away uncomfortably. Leo, let go of me. I don't need your pity. There are so many girls who like you. You don't have to waste your time helping me. It'll just make me more embarrassed. But I don't like them, and I'm not pitying you. He tightened his arms around me and wouldn't let me escape. I didn't go to the dinner party yesterday. I sat downstairs in the dormitory and thought about it all night. If I really hated homosexuality, I should hate myself more, because I always can't help getting close to you. Daniel, I figured it out. I hate deception and betrayal, not homosexuality. I looked at him in shock, with a stinging sensation in my eyes. I felt like crying again. The warm breath landed on my ear. Leo rubbed my face and leaned in, offering his neck to my lips. Daniel, bite me. I'll only let you bite me. The soft and elastic feeling was right in front of me. I bit down directly, harder than ever before. The anxiety that had been pent up since last night was instantly released at this moment. Leo let out a muffled groan in pain and grabbed the back of my neck. I left a deep tooth mark on his neck, in the shape of a moon. Leo touched it and felt a wet patch. Why are you crying? Didn't I let you bite me? Isn't it enough? No. No matter how much I bite, it's not enough. I sobbed with a red nose. He hugged me tightly and stroked my hair in a soothing way. A deep and hoarse voice came. Daniel, I like you, only you. From now on, you can bite me however you want. Is that enough? The warm breath entered my ear canal, making it tingle as if it went straight to my heart. In an instant, the sourness in my heart was covered by a soft feeling. Immediately afterwards, soft lips also covered mine. Leo gently touched the corner of my mouth. I bit his lip. He let out a low grunt and then kissed me fiercely. The empty sense of anxiety dissipated. This time, it was really enough. On the 15th, I passed the pull-up test. Leo always thought it was his credit and kept asking me to reward him. When there was no one around, I wrapped my arms around his neck and kissed him. Every time I bit him, his breathing would speed up. Leo said I must be a dog in my previous life. He said it hurt while asking me to keep biting. When I stopped biting, he even leaned in and begged me to bite him. Does he actually like this kind of reward? I was secretly in a relationship with him in the dormitory. On the weekend, roommates Oliver and Michael were going out for an all-night stay. I watched Oliver acting furtively and couldn't help but feel puzzled. Don't they both have high-configuration gaming laptops? Why do they have to go to an internet cafe to play games? In the evening, only Leo and I were in the dormitory. He directly climbed onto my bed. I was almost asleep when he put his finger into my mouth and felt my tiger teeth. Stop fooling around. I'm not having an episode. But I am. His voice was hoarse. He pressed his leg against mine and hugged me tightly like an octopus. I sensed something was wrong and my face blushed instantly. This wasn't an episode, he was being a hooligan. Leo, let go of me. No. Bite me. He leaned in to kiss me and deliberately offered his neck. His fair neck had often been bitten by me. The tooth marks under his collarbone hadn't faded yet, appearing and disappearing repeatedly. I don't want to. I pushed him away. Leo suddenly rolled over and hugged me. Daniel, if you don't bite me, I'll bite you. Ha! A fierce kiss landed on me. I was kissed so dizzily by him. Leo took me to the bathroom to take a shower. I looked at myself in the mirror. My neck was covered with red marks. I kicked him and said, I've already said no. Look at what you've done. Then I'll kiss other places next time. He smiled wickedly. I pinched his waist and his whole body tensed up. Still teasing me. Do you want to do it again? Stop fooling around. With that, he pressed against me again. Suddenly, there came the sound of the door opening outside. Oliver came back to the dormitory to get something. Seeing the empty room, he was stunned for a moment. Daniel? Leo? Where are they? Not sleeping so late at night. I cleared my throat and said, I'm in the toilet. Leo has gone out. Oh, please help me sign in for class tomorrow. Michael and I probably won't be able to get up. Okay. Oliver took his clothes and left. The door was closed again. The person behind me leaned over and put his arms around me. Leo kissed my face. They've gone out for an all-nighter. We can have an all-nighter too. Aren't you ashamed? I don't care about it. Didn't you just say I was out? Then when will you let me in? I met his lingering gaze and swallowed hard. Anyway, not now. We still have classes tomorrow. Then it's okay to take a bite, right? I nodded and took a bite on his neck. He touched the back of my neck, his voice hoarse. Baby, not here. Bite somewhere else. Extra story, during the summer vacation, Leo's mother finally got divorced successfully. Auntie Emma not only filed for a divorce lawsuit but also got back the money she earned and the properties she invested in. I heard that because of this, the man kept by Uncle Pei came to make a scene but was beaten back by Leo. Leo and Auntie Emma moved into a new house. After graduation, Leo made an excuse that a college classmate was staying over and let me stay at his place for a while. Auntie Emma liked me very much and often cooked delicious food for me. One day, she saw Leo coming out of my room with tooth marks on his neck. Immediately, her expression changed. She didn't get angry with me. Instead, she scolded Leo severely, saying that he was infected by his shameless father. Leo firmly protected me behind him. I had found a suitable job at that time and it was just the right time to move out. Leo had a long-standing quarrel with Auntie Emma. Auntie Emma found a quack exorcist for him, took him to see a traditional Chinese medicine doctor, and almost sent him to a mental hospital. I saw that Leo was getting haggard day by day and told him not to have a dispute with Auntie. Leo was afraid that I would break up with him, so he came to my rented apartment to see me every now and then. Because of the increased distance, he became sensitive and suspicious. When Leo saw messages from other boys on my phone, he would misinterpret their meanings. He checked my phone while I was asleep. When I found out, he hugged me with red-rimmed eyes. Daniel, you're not allowed to leave me. They're all colleagues. Why don't you believe me? You haven't sent me many messages these days. How can I believe you? It's because I've been working overtime. Leo knew I was busy, but he was in a state of panic. He kissed me and every movement was forceful. He pinned me against the headboard. His tears fell on my face. Daniel, bite me quickly. He was like a restless little beast, using these things to prove that I still liked him. The relationship between Leo and Auntie Emma became strained. Once, Leo almost broke up with me. During the spring festival, he was locked up at home by Auntie and the internet and power were cut off. When Leo sneaked out, he didn't take anything with him. He saw me making a snowman with my childhood friend and he was extremely jealous. Leo quarreled and made a scene with me, saying that I didn't care about him. But I couldn't contact him at all. Auntie Emma also wouldn't let me go to see him. We quarreled fiercely and said a lot of unpleasant things. I was so furious that I pinned him down in the snow and gave him a good beating. He didn't fight back. The blood seeped out from the corner of his mouth and dripped onto the snow. It was so glaringly red. Leo looked at me and cried. He was silent for a long time. Daniel, if you're tired, let's break up. After that, we didn't see each other for a long time. Auntie Emma thought Leo had changed his nature. She was in a great mood and didn't lock him up anymore. But Leo found a job in Sway City very close to me. He often came to the company entrance secretly to see me. I knew all these things. I got drunk at a dinner gathering. Suddenly, Leo showed up and sent me home. I was lying on the sofa. He fed me honey water. The water slipped out from the corner of my mouth. He bent down to lick it off and asked me carefully, "Do you still want me? What nonsense are you talking about?" I grabbed his collar and bit his lips hard. Then things got out of control. He pinned me down on the sofa and had his way with me. I got back together with Leo again. During my vacations, I would travel to nearby places with Leo. On a weekend, Auntie Emma came to see him and happened to see me and him coming back from buying groceries. Auntie Emma was completely stunned. I panicked and wanted to leave, but Leo grabbed me and stubbornly stared back at her. Auntie Emma used to look at me with venom, but now she forced a smile with helplessness and despair. "I've cooked the meal. Come in and have something to eat." Auntie Emma stayed at Leo's place for 2 days without saying a single negative word. She looked at the well-organized house. Everything was for 2 people and even the cabinet ornaments were arranged very warmly. Before leaving, Auntie Emma sighed. "Leo, take good care of Daniel. I'm leaving now. I'll come to see you 2 next time." Leo smiled. The 4-year mutual torment between the two finally came to an end. In the evening, Leo and I were watching a movie on the sofa. He hugged me and saw the old tooth marks on my finger. He stroked the marks and his throat tightened. Don't bite yourself anymore. Bite me. Daniel, you can come to me at any time. Okay, you said it. Leo rubbed his face against mine. I gently bit his neck and the tooth mark coincided exactly with the mark from many years ago. From now on, we'll all be fine.